Well, in all this sea of illusion, we wouldn't imagine that the Rolling Stones would be any different now, would we? And get a load of Michelle here in the middle. They're a bit of an ugly bunch of girls, though, I must admit, That's how they get away with it. That's how they get away with it. But over the years, the pictures really tell a story we know well. I mean, their logo tells a story. You've only got to look at this one here to see that in that photo. Clearly tells you what we're looking at. A dainty little hand here on Bill. I've done a video on Bill before. Just Swedes and rock star, lives in the south of France. You can get shots of Bill in recent years. He's got the Kirk Douglas look. See, that's why this one could dance so well. We know the dancing trip with Michael Jackson and Elvis and John Travolta. See the nice curve in here. Now you look at the people like Taylor Swift and see how they lack that. And again, look, pretty short arms here, you can see. We've all got the short arm problem. But you want to be scared. So look away if you don't want to be scared. But we've got some scary ones now. This is where they get scary. Now you can see how female this is. And this one. This one has got the look of that guy, the Hoff, or, Knight Rider guy maybe. Yeah, the guy in Dallas, even. The brother of JR, forgetting his name just at the moment. And this one here, well, this has got a very strange look indeed. But certainly all classic female sort of looks with age. And as I pointed out in a previous video, they even like singing songs about how they like girls with far apart eyes, far away eyes. Good code for far apart eyes, as far as I'm concerned.
Dollars to the Church of the Sacred Bleeding Heart of Jesus, located somewhere in Los Angeles.
Yes, he's a very, I don't want to say, but he's not the best looking woman. And he turned himself into a man, and therefore he looks a pretty sort of rough looking man, And you can clearly see how womanly Ron with the Wood has to carry the wood. They often have a name like that. We've examined that idea many a time. But look at the face. Look how female that actually really is. It looks like that lead singer of the Pretenders. But of course, Christy Hynde, she's looking terrible nowadays. Go and have a look at her. Another one falling apart.
I know y'all are seeing the prize. Find a girl with faraway eyes.
Yes, look at that there now. Very femme, very short arms. You see, the short arms, the dainty fingers. And of course, see, good for the musical instrument. The testosterone builds up more muscle structure. So they're sort of strong as a man with the daintiness of a woman. And you just can't beat that in music. And the voice, of course. Just check out the castrato idea. And here is the song Waiting on a Friend. Nice pillows. The ex-business going on over here. The bicycle we know well. With the sway in the body. And doing the ISIS type idea. This is a girl, alright. Now the other one comes walking down the street at him. Here. We've got this on ultra slow. And you don't see it for long. I think it's Keith Richards. Walking along. Let's just jump ahead here. See, I've got it on slow. Now you can clearly see, just the same as what I found with so many of these people, a short arm relative to the body, and just the way it walks here. You watch the sway in the walk, you can see just Look at the bottom section of the body and you can see this is a woman walking down the street or, walking towards you. Sort of wiggle in the walk. Stumbling a bit there sort of throws you off, but look. See the way it sort of goes up? Look, it's a girl, look. Can you see how that's a woman? Look. Forget the sort of top half, which is just masqueraded to you. But I could see even the femininity in the face and that when it was walking. See, looks like, like a girl slinking down the street. It's exactly what it is. So I think that really proves the point. Keith Richards is a woman, and, Richards for Dick, of course. Now, if I said there's a couple of Rolling Stones here with 3 women on the beach, you can see that this is a woman here, and this looks very womanly here. This one's a bit scrawnier, so it's a bit harder to tell, but similar dimensions, so we could go with that being a woman there too. And look what happens when we come up the page. Oh, it just so happens to the rest of the band. Look how womanly that looks. Now, the Rolling Stones get photoshopped a lot too, right back in the day. So there's a lot of fake stuff around. And I found a beauty here, I reckon. This is from Australia in the day. Now, this actually looks more like 2 men. But look at the heads. Look at the head on this body here. Look how far out the head comes. No way. No way, Jose. This has been photoshopped on here for sure. But even so, when I say it could be trans men bodies anyway. But, you never see much of them on the beach in this day. And this is when they're supposed to be on tour in Australia. And this one here to me. And that head. Just look like, look, they just look like the stock photos that you see everywhere of the Stones just wedged on 2 guys probably. But at Double Bay, there's a lot of trans men, no doubt, anyway, so they might have used trans men, who knows. Definitely, this body looks pretty funny. But I think it mostly looks funny because the head's just not fitting it properly. There's something about the shadows and everything around here. Look, see, it looks like it's joined there, and that one there. See that joined mark? Guarantee that's what we're looking at here. The scale looks wrong. Look how big the head looks for the body here. But all very girly, these 3 along the line here as far as I'm concerned. Just to look at the legs. Says to me, these are girls, and these ones aren't showing us. They're too scared to show any more. Okay, busted very badly here. Busted very badly here. Look at this chest. There's 2 little breasts. It's a flapper from the old Charleston era. And look all around here how bodgy all this looks. That's where look, there's the surgeon's cut there, my friends. There it all is, same as Paul McCartney. And this is really badly busted. Has he got 2, has he? It looks like he's got 2. That looks like a 7. So there's one dick going that way and one dick going that way. There's the true mound. But look, he's got a 7 in there. Fair dinkum. Busted badly. See, look at this, look. It's a female torso. That's what you're looking at. Look at the little tits. You can sort of see that there's little tits. It's terrible. You can see the cuts, mate. It's the same we discovered on Paul McCartney. And just remember the manipulations that they can do on photos today, my friends, too. I just want to throw that in about other matters that are around here. Just came across this image of that. So going from that, there's a couple of different shades with this one too. We're used to that. It's been remastered or whatever over the years, but they never did anything with the smuggle. So look, it's a bit different though, isn't it? How's that? Different smuggle. This is all very weird indeed. What was the smuggle like on this one? Oh, look, slightly different smuggle again. Even the smuggle changes. But it never looks looks proper, doesn't it? Looks like a smuggle. Look at that. Whose tick goes that way or that way like that? Like, what a joke. Yes, and here's the girls today at Copacabana. At Copacabana, you know. I mean, that's a bit of a home of this thing. And there they're bringing 1.5 million fans, it says here. The girls have. Well done, Rolling Girls. Oh, yes, definitely an old woman now. You're a woman now. Maybe that's that song, You're a Woman Now, or something I can remember. There it is. It is a woman now. Turning back. You can turn back time. Time comes to haunt you. Yes, and tranny with tranny always, you know. Look at the work this one's had done to make it into this woman. Marianne Faithfull. And you look at her now, the lips, it's the same as Joan Rivers. This one's got the female lips already, of course. It's just not the best looking woman, so people won't understand this. They'll think, oh, it has to be a guy. Look, it's just not pretty, you know, like, I mean, it's not pretty enough to be a woman sort of thing. Forgot myself there for a second. Think of the Lewis idea in the background here. See, one big trick with this is they maintain a teenage sort of boy look right through their 20s. So when they start them off at 15, they know right to 30 they're going to have this certain subliminal appeal. Until you're onto it, of course. And so few people ever have been, of course. They had us all sucked in, and now people just don't want to admit that they've been had. Yes, this album cover tells you a lot, eh? The honky-tonk type woman. The honky-tonk type women. And the female hang out at the back there. And this'll be another one, look. You know, even with all this, that's the Sonny Bono look. Yeah, you can see straight away, the Sonny Bono bow tie. And I'll end with this picture of the girls here. I mean, we know the meme of that one, the Mrs. Doubtfire, and certainly the Rolling Stones have all played Mrs. Doubtfire, as we can clearly see here. These interesting sevens here. Very nice there, girls. Look at this. They look good as girls. Look at them. Because they will, just like Mrs. Doubtfire look like a real woman. Because they are. I mean, look at this one here. That's Wyman. Look at it. Woman. Wyman, woman. And this one here too, going real well. Totally. Nice picture of the girls. Look how girly they are, really. Just look properly. Don't let the bullshit of the imagery look deeper than the imagery. I was showing you now, look how much of a woman this is.